Welcome to Chris's Bread. I'm going to show you how to make sourdough starter in 4 days. In my previous tutorials, I was feeding my starter every 24 hours, but this time we can feed it every 12 hours. After 4 days, you're going to have mature starter, and the 5th day, you can make your bread. I've been making bread with my new starter, and I took it out last night and fed it. After 12 hours, it rose until here, and then it just came down, but had all the bubbles, air bubbles in it, and the surface is a nice glossy surface. And if you tilt it, you can hear the bubbles popping, and you can see also the web on the edges. You can see that. So this has all the good qualities of mature starter. Some good bakers suggest that so often you can make new starter. It makes bread and fresher, newer. I'm going to show you how to make sourdough starter in 4 days. Let's learn it.
To make a sourdough starter, the basic ingredients is water and flour. On the very first day, I'm using a little bit of maple syrup to create an environment for yeast bacteria because they love sugary stuff. For flour, I'm using combination of whole wheat flour and unbleached bread flour. It's up to you. You can use whatever flour you have. A rye flour, barley flour, whole grain or whole wheat, any whole grain flour, or combination of any of these flours you can use. In the beginning, it's gonna be a little bit stiff. That's okay. Eventually, it changes a little bit, but depends on where you live, the altitude and consistency of water, consistency of flour. Everywhere it's not going to be exact the same. They're all going to be different. But if it's a little bit runny, you can add a little bit of flour. If it's too thick, you can add a little bit of water. For water, if it's warm, then you can use room temperature water. But if it's a cold area, then use a warm water. After 12 hours, there's not much change going. It's just a wet dough, and I'm just showing you the consistency. There's no bubbles, no activity going on. So we're gonna continue adding flour and water and let it rise, sit in room temperature for another 12 hours. This is day 2 morning. Just a few bubbles, not much going on. So we're gonna add flour and water and mix it. Let it sit. For the cover, I'm just slightly covering the top. Some people like to use a cloth, some people like to use a paper, whatever you wanted to cover it, but not like tight. Just give a little air circulation. And now it's a day 2 evening. At this point, we're gonna start discarding some. Before you discard, make sure you mix it well. Sometimes the flour may sit on the bottom and liquid on the top, so just mix it well before you discard some. When it comes to discard, people have a question like, why waste food? Why can't we just continue? Well, the main idea behind discard is we want to give more food to our growing yeast bacteria. More food is good. So if you want to continue not discarding and giving a triple or double more food, your house might as well filled with starter. Now it's day 3 morning. Aroma changes. We notice there's more bubbles. So this is going in a good direction. But if you don't notice this, that's okay. Just continue feeding your starter. We're gonna mix it and discard some. This is our mother starter, which means um, we feed it and multiplies. Then we take some, make a bread, and rest we put it in the fridge. Um, and you can have this days, weeks, months, and years. But if at some point your starter gets bad, um, take out a little tiny and discard the rest and refreshen it, and that can work. If that doesn't work, you can start again. Day 3 evening, the starter has some signs. I put a marker with rubber band. It's rising above the marker, so it's going very well. It's multiplying. I grind my own whole wheat flour, so it has the husk and germ and everything, and it's a good environment for the bacteria to grow. We're gonna discard some and continue to feed. If your starter doesn't look anything like this after 4 days or 5 days, please don't discourage. Just continue, give a couple days more. And if it's the very first time you're making starter, sometimes it does take time. So first try, second try. So keep on trying. Now it's day 4 morning. This starter is doing really well, and I'm very pleased. It's doubled, more than doubled, and set back, and it has webbing on the edges, glossy surface, tons of bubbles. You can hear them, and smells really good, fresh starter smell, not too sour. And we're gonna give it one more chance because I anticipate making bread next day. So I'm continuing to adding flour and water and mix it well. And we're gonna let it rise in room temperature another 12 hours. And if you keep your starter in the fridge in the future and take it out, make sure let it sit in room temperature about an hour because it's a live organism. When it's cold, it doesn't rise well, so warm it in room temperature before you feed it. Then you can add water and flour. So we're gonna move our rubber band marker to see how well it's gonna rise. After 12 hours, it's day 4 evening. This starter is doing really well. It tripled. So I'm very pleased with starter and has all the good qualities of mature starter. So this starter is ready to make bread. Since it's evening, I'm going to let it rest in a fridge. If I leave it in a room temperature, it's gonna overrise, it's gonna get too sour. So I'm just gonna give a break and let it sit in the fridge and then make bread tomorrow. Now you know how to make your own starter. Follow this recipe. Make your starter, make your own bread, and enjoy your bread, and good luck.